injustice and inequality. Ancestors changed the world, and though they came in chains, in you the strength and hope lives and still remains. You're mighty and majestic, descendants of kings and queens. Royal blood flows through your veins, children of the dream. So hold your head up high. Hold your head up high. Keep reaching for the Keep sky. Reaching. No matter what, I know you can take it. No matter what, you're gonna make it. You're royalty, royalty. You are royalty. You're royalty. We got a message from above. You ain't no thug. You're royalty. Brother, you're a king. Sister, you're a queen. Children of a dream. If you've never been told, time for you to know your royalty. Every day and every hour, stand up tall with pride and power. No matter what people say about you, never ever doubt you. Keep pushing, give it all you got. Don't stop till you reach the top. So hold your head up high. Hold your head up high. Keep reaching. No matter what, no, you can take it. No doubt about it. You're gonna make it. Royalty. You're royalty. Oh yes you are. Got a message from above. You ain't no thug. You're royalty. Brother, you're a king. Sister, you're a queen. Children of the tree. If you've never been told, time for you to know you're royalty. You're beautiful. Beautiful. So beautiful. So beautiful. We got a message from above. You ain't no thug. You're royalty. And you're marvelous. Marvelous. And so powerful. If you've never been told, time for you to know you're royalty. Royalty. Oh, royalty. You are royalty. We got a message for you. We got a message from above. You ain't no thug. You're royalty. My brother. Mother, you're a king. Sister, you're a queen. Children of the tree. If you've never been told, time for you to know you're royalty.
King Kutai, here for you and I. Got this message, I'm spreading the most high. Head high, I shine like my father smile. Down upon my kings and queens of all times. Blessings, man of color, original king ruler. Slave that made the way metaphorically. King Kuta, highs on prize, my pride won't collide. Am I right in your eyes if I stand on mine?
You are royalty. We got a message from above. You ain't no thug. You're royalty. Brother, you're a king. Sister, you're a queen. Children of the tree. If you've never been told, time for you to know you're royalty. If you've never been told, time for you to know you're royalty. You're royalty. If you've never been told, time for you to know you're royalty. If you've never been told, time for you to know you're royalty. Yes, you
Here we go. What I want y'all to do is just clap your hands. Listen. I'm on my way to see the King. I'm on
Hey, what's up? This OT, and you're tuning in to the Sweet Lady and OT Gospel Show right here on Smash Bros Radio. Right here on Smash Bros Radio.
Good afternoon to everyone. You have tuned in to the Sweet Lady and OT Gospel Show, and I hope I'm being able to be heard. Setting this board up to me is always stressful. I don't know why, but it is. So hopefully I have made it so that everyone can hear me, and I'm not not too loud or not loud enough. I can't tell. So yeah, I see Lisa Lily. If you could, or Randy Thornton, if you could give me some feedback to let me know whether or not you're able to hear me, and if something needs to be adjusted. This is OT's job, but he is not here today, and I am sitting in to do the show without him at this time. But the Lord is going to be with us, and we know that God is good, and he wants us to lift him up, which is why we are here today. We come to lift him up. The scriptures tells us in St. John 12:32, and if I be lifted up from the earth, will draw all men unto me. Okay. I'm not getting any feedback, so hopefully everything is okay. But today we just want to lift Christ up, as we said. And we know that on this show, we provide good information, good inspiration, and we have good fun. And hopefully you all are being inspired by those things that we bring forth to the glory of God, and those things that the Lord lay up on our heart to share. And as I've said many times before, I am not a preacher, but the Lord does lay up on my heart to teach from time to time. So that's what I do. I'm more of a teacher, not a preacher. And also, I am just a child of God that wants to share those things that God has done for me in my life and express those things to you. And we can share and help one another. Because as we discussed last week's show, no man is an island. The scriptures tells us that we're not by ourselves. When we come to share information. We have times when you can, at this time, we don't have the phone line down pat yet. I got to, some kind of way I'm gonna have to get here to practice that, but I don't know how I'm gonna be able to do it, because there's a show that comes on right before me, and there's one that follows me. So anyway, one of these days we're gonna get the phone set up that you can call in and you can give your testimony if you like, or you can comment, voice your comment, or you can just continue to write your comment, text your comment, or however we want to describe it on the live feed. And we do appreciate those who have tuned in today, and hopefully you will be able to receive a blessing today, because when I leave here, I come for a blessing, and I receive my blessing, and I hope you do too, because that's what we want. We want to be a blessing to one another, and not just we don't want it to be one-sided. Hey, you know how it goes. We want to give, but we also want to receive. So we're thankful that we can come to today to share what thus said the Lord. And today we're going to just talk about self-care, because we have been discussing things to do in an emergency, because we know storms are going to come through. That's the information that we have been focusing on. about taking care of ourselves when a storm comes. And so I'm not hearing my bed music, so I don't know if you all can hear it. I can't seem to get any feedback, so I'm guessing no one. Maybe, am I being heard? Lisa, if you're still on, can you let me know whether or not you can hear me? Okay. Okay, I'm gonna keep moving forward until I get something different. Okay. Okay. I don't know if that's a feed acting up or what, but anyway, we're gonna move forward. The Word of God tells us, since I don't have OT here with me today to kind of like, bounce ideas off and thoughts off of, and we kind of help one another. It's good when you have a partner and when you have a co-host, because you can share thoughts and you can comment off those thoughts. But when you're sitting in by yourself, it's a little different. And so when you have prepared for your partner to be there, but your partner is not here, and so then you have to try to do it by yourself. But anyway, we're gonna move forward. I'm gonna move forward. I'm not gonna be afraid. I'm gonna move forward because God has not given us the spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind. And those are some of the things that we want to talk about today. Like I said earlier, we want to talk about self-care, and our mental health as well as our physical health are part of those things that we call self-care. We have to take care of ourselves, and we talk about that a lot on this show, how to take care of ourselves, not just our physical being, but we talk about how do we take care of ourselves spiritually, because we know that life is short and fleeting. Yes, it is. It's short and fleeting. Every day when you turn around, somebody's gone. It's short and fleeting. So we have to prepare our souls to meet our maker, just as well as we have to prepare for storms down here so that they won't take us away, so that we can try to survive. We don't want to just give in and let the storm just take. We don't go outside and it's tornado, take me up. We don't do that. We do things to stay safe from the tornado, and that's the way we want to be when death comes. We don't want death. You just we want to prepare so Jesus can go with us, walk through the valley of the shadow of death with us. That's why we get saved. That's why we read the Bible. That's why we try to learn all we can about the Lord, because we know we're leaving here. We're not staying. No longer than God will allow us to stay. And we know our bounds are set. As Job say, our bounds are set. So we have a certain amount of time that we must prepare. And it's the same way it is with tornadoes. And we talked about how flooding is the number one natural disaster in the United States that causes the most damage. Flooding. And we have to prepare for those things too, guys. I remember when I was much younger, there was Brighton used to just flood seemed like all the time. Well, let me take that back. Not all the time, but a lot, many times. It would just flood, flood in Brighton. And so, we know that. And then in Bessemer, there were certain areas that it would flood in Bessemer over there. Used to be called Holiday Drug, or that area. Anybody that grew up in Bessemer know the area that I'm talking about now. When it flooded that real bad the last time, it got up into the people's homes. They just went ahead and just tore the apartments down because it had flooded so bad over in that area. So, but anyway, we want to know those things that we need to do to take care of ourselves and to protect ourselves when things happen. And our main concern is when we leave here, we want to be ready. But while we're here, there are some things that we have to do to take care of ourselves. And Jesus, there are certain areas of our lives that we have to practice self-care. And we're going to talk about the physical care. There's physical, there's the mental. We have to take care of ourselves emotionally and psychologically are both that will be contained within the mental health. And there's social self-care. There is professional self-care, environmental self-care, spiritual self-care, financial self-care. And we're going to focus on today, as we said, we're going to focus on the mental and the physical self-care. Because when you get tired, the mind gets tired just like the physical body gets tired. And we have to know when it's enough. Okay, enough is enough. Now let's go aside and get some rest. And guess what? Not only is that for us, that happened in Jesus' day. Let me read the scripture to you. And it is Mark chapter 6, verse 31. Now Jesus in the 5th chapter, he had done so many miracles in Mark. This is Mark's version. Mark was told us about when Jesus, the Jairus' daughter, had died, and Jesus went to heal her and brought her back to life. Legion was out in the rock area, wherever he was, out there cutting himself. He was cutting himself with the rocks, and Jesus healed him and put him in his right mind. And then the swine wanted to find a place, and he let them go into the pigs and all those evil spirits. And but he had just been doing a lot of work. And then he had been in the I think they were having some kind of feast or something, and the woman with the issue of blood came and touched him and pulled virtue from him, and he felt it, and so he had just been doing a lot. Him and the disciples, they had fed the 5,000 with the 2 fish and the 5 loaves of bread, and so they were just tired. Jesus said, this is what Jesus said, and he said unto them, come ye yourselves apart into a desert place and rest a while. For there were many coming and going, and they had no leisure so much as to eat. They couldn't even take time to eat. It was just the work was so great. There were so many people wanting to hear him, wanting him to heal them, wanting him to do things for them. They just got so busy, they were just tired. They were worn out. Jesus said, let's go to a desert place so we can get some rest. We don't even have time to eat. Have you been in a situation like that? I'm sure, because I know I have. You've been so busy, just hadn't had time to eat. But at the end of the day, you have to take care of yourself, because if we do this every day, just on and on, and don't take time to rejuvenate, to refresh, to take care of ourselves, we won't have anything to give, because we're going to be down, and we don't want to get down, especially if we're up. We want to know how to stay up so we can be a blessing to somebody, so we can help somebody. And Jesus understood that, and that's why he told the disciples, let's go aside. We gotta get some rest here. We've been doing a lot. You all have helped me a lot. Now Jesus also, this is part of his social self-care. Now he could have just been by himself, but he didn't. He had 12 disciples to help him. Jesus, the Son of God, had someone to help him because the work was great. He couldn't just he didn't just want to take it on by himself, because he had to see, when he got the disciples, he was not just showing them, he was teaching them what to do, because he knows his time here on the earth was short, and he had to be about his father's business, is what he told his mother at the age of 12. I must be about my father's business. I have to, I got things to do. Now, I know y'all came down here for the Passover and so on and so forth, but I got a mission. I had to be about my father's business. Can't just delay it. I can't put it off. I only have a short time here, and that's just the way it is with us. We only have a short time here, And we have to be about our Father's business. And so when Jesus was with his disciples, he was teaching them what they were going to have to do. He let them know, those things that was going to happen to him, so they could be ready, they could be prepared. Because, sometimes if you're not prepared mentally, things can floor you. I mean, it can really take you out. I used to wonder, I said, why people faint? Because sometimes it's just too much. It's overwhelming. It's too much for our minds. It's too much for our heart. It just like something, just make us go out. I don't, maybe somebody, a medical doctor or somebody can tell us, why. Maybe I'll study up on that and find out what causes that fainting, that emotion. Our emotions are just so overwhelmed that we just can't handle it anymore. So we have to know how to take care of ourselves. Jesus did. He told the disciples, okay, let's go off into a desert place. Let's go to another place where there's nobody. Nobody is going to come there where we are, because we have to get some rest. We haven't even been able to eat. We got to take care of ourselves, because we have a little ways to go. Now, I don't have much longer here, but I do have some more things I have to do. I got the cross ahead of me. I mean, I got to, that's a great work. That's a lot. It's going to take a lot. I am the Son of God, but yet I'm human. I came in the flesh so that I can relate to you. I can tell you, if I made it through, I'll help you make it through too. I've been there. You can't go through nothing and the Lord said, well, I don't know what you're talking about, because I didn't have to experience that. He was of like passion, just like we were. He experienced the things, the emotions, just like we do. When come to think about when you have people that don't believe in you. In his hometown where he grew up, the Bible tells us he couldn't do a lot of mighty works there, because the people knew who he was. They knew his family. They didn't believe because they had grew up with him. They knew him. So he was too common to them. Oh, that's just Joseph's and Mary's son. But yeah, they could have gotten great benefits. He could only heal, the Bible tells, a few sick folk. He couldn't do many mighty works there because of their unbelief. So when people don't see us or don't see you for what you're worth, don't worry. They didn't see the Lord for what he was worth either, especially in his own circle, his own family. They did. So he missed out on their blessings. So we want to know what God gives us. And so we want to know how to take care of ourselves. We want to practice self-care. We need to get some rest. And I'm telling you all this, and guess who I'm talking to? I'm talking to me. I need to get some rest. I sometimes I be so tired I don't know what to do. And I'm like, it seems like I don't know if it's age or what. But I seem like I was able to do more 5 years ago. And I look back on how many things I was doing at that time. I'm like, how did I do that? And now it seems like I can't do 2 of them. I know I didn't age that much, but hey, who knows? But but I got to learn how to take care of myself even more. I must. It's a must. We must get some rest. We must take care of ourselves. It's just how it is. We got to. And there are some things that we can do. And like I said, we're going to talk about the mental and the physical today. We might touch on a little bit on all of them. I don't know yet, but we'll see how the time goes. And ways that we can take care of ourselves physically, we can go for a walk. Just going for a walk, enjoying nature. Just, the trees are blooming now. Everything is so beautiful outside. We can, just go out and enjoy the beauty, the things God created for us to enjoy. Look at the trees, how pretty they look now. Today it rained last night and rained this morning, but the sun came out. The sun was so beautiful. And when it was just shining through the trees were just glistening, just beautiful, beautiful. And that's part of self-care. We can take time to smell the roses. Take time to smell the flowers. Take time to enjoy God's creation that he's given us. He give us all these good things to enjoy. So we better enjoy them while we can. Yes. Now, sometimes some people just like to take a bath. They like to just get in a tub and just soak. That's part of self-care. Getting enough sleep. Oh boy. Getting enough sleep. Now that's one that I got to work on. I must work on. But it's just hard. It's hard to sleep. I don't know if I think it's an age thing, because I hear a lot of people my age and older say how hard it is to sleep. I don't know why. I don't know if it's because I'm not tired enough, but I'm tired because I wake up tired. When I get up in the morning, I may wake up around 4 o'clock in the morning. Of course, I got to get up at 6 o'clock. So here it is around 5:30. I'm getting sleepy now. Now I'm about to get into my sleep. But then I can't go back. I can't go to sleep because I got to get up. And so I know you all know what I'm talking about. Those who are on the live, thank you so much for the feedback, Lisa Lee. And she says she knows she don't get enough sleep. Hello to P. Lewis Holmes and Randy Thornton. Thank you so much for tuning in. Appreciate that. Thank you for the feedback. Yes, we have to get enough sleep. This is something we can do to take care of ourselves physically. And also a way to take care of ourselves physically, we have to eat nourishing foods. Yes, we do. Foods that are high in nutrients. Now, every now and then we know we like to eat a little something that tastes good, but just not too good for us. Now my thing is, they call me sweet lady, and it's sweet lady because I bake cakes. And don't think now I'm just baking cakes because other people love my cakes. I bake cakes because I love my cakes. But anyway, so I have to be mindful of when I do bake a cake. I try not to bake a cake now at home because I don't have anybody to help me eat it, unless I'm going to take it to my mom's or church or something like that. But just baking a cake at the house now, I can't do it because, like I said, I love my cakes too. So, but that's not good for me at this age to eat that much cake. I ain't gonna say how much, but it's not good for me to eat that much cake. But anyway, those are things that we can do. Eat nourishing foods, take a walk, take a bath, get enough sleep. Those are things that we can do for our physical self-care. And, sometimes we can go for a jog. Some people like to run, that's when you see people out running, they are doing that because they're taking care of themselves. And when you run, your endorphins start to multiply and you get that good feeling and you want to keep it going. So that's what make you want to go back at it. And when I remember when I first started running out, my hat went off to those people that run all those miles and stay out there all that time out there running. But they're enjoying it more than you would think. You think, well, especially when you see somebody running in the rain, and you think, man, they're running out in the rain. Hey, when you run, it rain, it doesn't matter. My trainers told us, as long as it's not thunder and lightning. So other than that, we're running. And we did. I remember one time I ran, we did a 5 miles, over 5 miles one morning. We was preparing for a 10K in the rain, hard rain. And we were soaking wet. And I was like, man, I remember doing this as a child, getting wet. And here it is, over 50, getting wet in the rain. And I enjoyed every second of it, every second. And you asked me if I would do it again. Yes, I would. I would do it again if I could run 5 miles. I got to get back up there. But anyway, I'm just thankful for the experience that I had, and it was a wonderful experience. We like good experiences, and so we cherish those times when we have good experience, when we do things that help us take care of ourselves. And that was part of my self-care because I had to take time out to do it. I had to make time. And that's what we have to do. Just like Jesus told the disciples, let's go to a desert place. We got to get away from the crowd. We got to go get some rest. We haven't been eating. We haven't rested. We must rest. We're in human bodies. We're in a human frame. And this frame requires rest. And we must know how to take care of ourselves. Now, I'm not saying you're going to sleep your day away, sleep all the time. Now, we do know there are some people that have conditions where they just sleep too much. Now, they have something on another hand that where some of us don't get it. We're insomniacs. I think they are hypersomniacs, something like that. I forgot the name of it now. But they don't get enough sleep. I mean, they sleep too much. And then there are of those of us who don't get enough sleep. But we have to do things to help us to be able to sleep and get the rest that we need. But anyway, those are some of the things that we do to help ourselves physically. Now, for psychological help, we have to practice mindfulness. Being mindful of things, of others and of ourselves. We can read a book. I used to read the dictionary. I just used to get the dictionary and just learn a new word. Just read it. Just read the dictionary. Read a whole page and go over the words and think about whether the word is a noun or it's a verb and how to use the word. That's what you can do. It's helping the mind, because we know that they've told us, those who have studied and those who have done research have told us that Alzheimer's and dementia, those diseases like that, those mental diseases, can be kind of delayed or not as bad on us if we keep our minds active. So those are things that we have to, be aware of. We want to keep our minds active as much as possible so that we won't be a victim of those diseases, mental diseases. And we can learn a new skill. That's another thing that we can do. We can learn a new skill. I see me sitting here. I'm learning a new skill. Something else I can do. Becoming a radio host, talk show host. Wow. Me? Yes, me. New skill. Something new. Yes, it took courage. It takes courage. It still takes courage. And I've been doing it now. It'll be 3 years in November. Let's say 2.5 years, because we did have a little time out for the pandemic. But we made it. Still here, still doing it, and thanking God for the time that He has given us to share with you all. And this topic here says we got to learn how to say no. Yes, we got to learn how to say no sometimes. I know it's hard to say no, but sometimes we have to say no for our own mental health. We have to say no. Yes, we have to say no. I know sometimes you all probably don't. You probably say yes. What was this? I think it was a movie. I think that was a movie. The Yes Man or something. Maybe somebody can help me with that. I think he had to say yes to everything. But anyway, we can't say yes to everything. We have to learn how to say no, especially if we're trying to put our self-care into practice in our lives. We have to say no sometimes. Yes, we do. And now you have to learn what to say no to, because sometimes I know people they don't mean to harm you, but they don't know what you're going through. They don't know what's going on here. Nobody knows except you and God. So if you don't speak up for yourself and say no sometimes, then you'll find yourself being so tired mentally and on the verge of a mental breakdown, and nobody knows it. So we got to take care of ourselves. We got to know when to say no. Now, if you know, because you have to realize it's like this. My job is a sit down job, sedentary. So I get tired of sitting down. I do. Now there is somebody, my sister, since she's on the line. Now her job, she doesn't sit down as much as I do. So here I am. Oh, let's go do this, Lisa Lee. Let's go do this. Let's go do this. Now she been on her feet, been with these little children all day. She got kindergartners. So here I am sitting at a desk behind a computer, staring at a computer all day. And so we're gonna have two different energy levels. She's not gonna want to do. She's gonna have to tell me no if I want to pull on her and say, okay, Lisa, let's go do this. Let's go do. No, I'm tired. I got to get some rest. I got to be ready for. I got to be ready for my class come Monday. This is my weekend, my time to rejuvenate, to refresh myself, and I can't go with you this time, sweet lady. You got to go by yourself. Okay, she said she wants to learn something new. Okay, and she also said it used to be very hard for me to say no, but now as I've gotten older, no flows out of my mouth without a problem. All right, then, that's right. We have to say no. And she said, all day, Lisa, you need to expound on that a little bit for me, and then I can relay that. When you say all day, you mean running behind the children all day? Okay, yeah. She said she have to be ready because they will be ready. Yes, the little children will be ready. Yes, they will. And but anyway, see, I don't have to deal with that. So I have to be understanding when she tells me no. She said, I can't do it today. No, you're gonna have to handle that by yourself. Because we have two different lives. Okay. All right. And another thing we have to do is we have to make time. We have to make time. She said, I am on my feet all day. And yes, she's on her feet all day. And see, I'm sitting down all day. I have to get up to keep from getting too stiff and all the other things that happen to you when you sit down for so long. Anyway, another thing that we have to do for our mental health is we have to reflect on our feelings. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. We have to reflect on how we're feeling, because who's going to reflect on them for us? We have to do it ourselves, and we have to know what we have to, there's a thing where you take some things in, but some things you need to get rid of. So we have to reflect on our feelings so we'll know what to keep and what not to keep. Because a lot of times, if we keep stuff that we shouldn't be keeping, it builds up stress. And you know what? When stress builds up, it's like a ticking time bomb. It just takes the one person saying the wrong word to us at the wrong time. Boom! A bomb has blown up. And all because of stress, because we haven't dealt with all these feelings that we're having. We hadn't thought about them. We hadn't thought about, I need to get rid of that. I need to, some kind of way, I need to pray this off of me. Or however you do it. I need to read. I need to go run. I need to go walk. I need to eat some ice cream. Whatever. Take care of yourself. Know how to get that stress off of you. Reflect on your feelings. These are your feelings. No one knows what you're feeling except you express it to them. No one knows. OT don't know how much stress it causes me to try to set this up to do the show unless I tell him. He probably thinks we let it go in and she do it like that, But it's stressful to me. I'm letting him and DJ know that. I don't know if because I'm old or what. But anyway, and I've been doing it for a while, but it's like every time it's just, I don't know. It's something. It's always something. But anyway, I'm thankful. I am thankful for the opportunity though, Ralph. I do appreciate it, OT. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. And we have to practice being compassionate with ourselves because we are human. And I know, I'm telling you, this tongue. Sometimes you say things, it don't come out like you're thinking it. It comes out with a different tone than what you're thinking. And the person receives it in the tone that it went out in. But that's not how you meant it. Lord knows I didn't mean it in a mean way, but that's the way it came out. Because in my mind, I'm thinking about something else. And I don't know. You know, I mean, y'all know what I'm talking about. We all have done this. We've said something out of our mouth. It came out a way that we did not intend for it to come out. But it's out there. And we hurt somebody's feelings. So we apologize. I'm sorry. I didn't mean for it to come out like that. Because in my mind, I'm talking to I'm probably fussing at myself about something I said a week ago. I don't know. But you know how it goes. We say things and it comes out. So now we have to deal with that. Now we can't beat ourselves up. We just got to learn from it. What did you learn? You apologize. Because, you know, we say, I'm sorry, but that's all you can do. When words have come out, they've come out. I'm sorry. Now it's up to the other person to receive it and to accept it. If they don't, there's nothing else you can do. There's nothing else you can do. You've done your part. But you want to be sincere in your apology. You want to really, okay, yeah, I'm really sorry. I really didn't mean to say it like that. I was thinking about something else, and when you said that to me, it just came out like that. I wasn't trying to say it that way. And you have to know how far you can go. You have to know your boundaries, your mental boundaries, your emotional boundaries. We have to know how far we can go. That's why last week or week before last, I said we have to know ourselves. Know yourself. The Bible tells us to know who we are. To know. Know who we are in our relationship with the Lord. Know who we are in our relationship with our families. Know who we are. We have to know who we are with ourselves, for ourselves. We have to know our bounds. Job said it. We have to know our bounds. There are bounds, and we have to know them. Now, I can do too much and cause myself to have a nervous breakdown. I got to know when it's enough. Lisa can't make that decision for me. I have to make that decision for myself. She's not in my mind. She can look at me and say, oh, my sister, oh, she doing it. She got it all together. But mentally, I don't have it all together. I'm hurting. I need help. But she doesn't know that. And so she's pushing my buttons because she think I got it all together. Yeah, she got it all together. Look, and she pushing my buttons. Come on, let's go here. Let's do this. Let's do this. Because she got all this energy. She taking a week vacation, so she don't have all this energy that she normally gives to her little children. Now she about to take it out on me, and I'm not prepared because I've been sitting at a desk all week. Energy level low. But her energy level is up here. So here we go. She pulling me here and she pulling me there. She got me going here and she got me going there. But I got to know to say, stop. I can't go. I have to know how to say, no, I can't go with you. I'm sorry. Not today. I have to rest today. My mind tells me I need to rest. Our bodies, they speak to us. They speak to us. And if we take time to listen, tune in, we can take care of ourselves better. We can take care of ourselves better. And so that's all I have for right now. But Jesus said in the word of God, go aside. And he said unto them, come ye yourselves apart. This is what he told his disciples, because they had been busy. They had been busy in the field. The harvest truly is great, and the laborers are few. They had been busy because it was so much work to be done. So many needed help. So many were depending on him to heal them and to wanted to talk to him, wanted to hear what he had to say, because no one else had spoke like he has, how he came speaking. They had never heard it like that before. Then on the other side over here, you got Satan using the Pharisees and the Sadducees. Oh, he don't, he's making himself like God, and he's this and he's that, and he's got all these people following him, and just hating on him, as we would term it today, hating on Jesus. Well, he's fighting. He's feeling that. You know how we can go into a room, we can feel when somebody sometimes have some ill against us, and we don't know why. Well, what did I do? What did I say? You try to think in your mind, what did I say? What did I do? Okay. Sometimes it's not what you said and what you did. And sometimes it is. So we have to know how to, like I said, take care of ourselves. And if we need to apologize to somebody, we need to apologize. Apologize. They may accept it and they may not, but you want to be sincere in your apology. And when you are sincere in your apology, you've done all that you can do. The rest is up to them. So, but Jesus said, and he said unto them, come ye yourselves apart into a desert place and rest a while. But there were many coming and going, and they had no leisure, even so much as to eat. And sometimes, we have things to happen, and we don't know what to say. Sometimes we run out of words to say. And this is some things. These are just some thoughts I want to share. About, let's see here. About how to say things to people. Sometimes I know some people have lots of words. They know how to say everything. They know how to dot the I's and cross the T's. But I'm not that way. I need help sometimes. So I figure, well, there are some people out there like me. Everybody don't know how to dot the I's and cross the T's all the time. So, I'm going to read what else Lisa said here. She said, I am teaching children on the computer and face to face, and that's exhausting. Yes. And that's what the pandemic has brought to us. Some children are in the classroom and some are on the computer. And she's not the first one that has told me this. I talked with another teacher and she told me the same thing, that it's exhausting trying to do both. Trying to teach online and trying to teach in the classroom. And now I'm all for teachers. I support them as much as I know how to. Because at one point I taught myself, so I understand some of the things about being in a classroom. It's not easy. It's not easy. So my hat off to you. I salute you. And my prayers for you. Because you need it. Because you're dealing with not just one personality. You're dealing with most times 25 to 30 different personalities. And you have to try to reach them some kind of way. And we know that everybody learns at different times, at different levels. And you have all this stuff going on in the classroom. Then you have some children don't know how to sit down, and especially at your age group that you teach, they don't know how to sit down. They haven't been taught how to sit down. And, and sometimes children come to school, they're hungry and they have things going on at home that they shouldn't be even exposed to. Just so much. Our poor children, they need loving, kind teachers. And I can say from my observation of my sister, she is one of those loving and kind teachers. And God bless her tremendously in dealing with her class from time to time. I know that there are many good teachers, many good teachers out there, and they love the children and they are doing all they can to reach the children, to teach the children, to give them that foundation that they'll need when they become adults. The foundation, it's important to have a good foundation. It's so important. I know sometimes children don't think it's important But it's important to have a good foundation, and you will need that foundation because, you know, the word of God tells us we can't build on sand. Sand will sink. We have to build on a solid foundation. And that solid foundation, we have to have a solid foundation as far as our mind is concerned. And we need a solid foundation for our spiritual life. And that spiritual foundation, rock, that solid rock, is Jesus Christ, our Lord and King and our Savior. Yes, it is. And we want to know how to say some things that can help others. Okay. You know, sometimes when somebody loses a loved one, we say, okay, my condolences and praying for you. But these are some other things that we can say. We can say, I'm here if you want to talk. We can let them know that, you know, I'm here for you if you want to talk. Because sometimes people want to talk about their loved one. I remember when my grandbaby passed, I wanted to talk about him, but nobody called me and wanted to talk about him. You know, but that's because I guess they would like me, just don't know what to say in the situation. But I wanted to talk. I wanted to tell everybody about him. I wanted to talk about him. And so, you know, just, you know, sometimes we just want somebody to listen. And when we lose a loved one, we just want you to listen. Just listen to us. Just listen. And sometimes we can say, you're so strong and you're handling it so well, because sometimes people are, you know, they handle it well. I remember when one of my cousins lost her mother, and she handled it so well. But she said she really didn't have time. She wasn't grieving at that time because she was too busy trying to get things together. So, but afterwards, she was going to grieve. And I'm sure she did. But at that time, you know, it was like, man, she had so much strength. She was just comforted to me from what I was seeing, observing. And so just to let her know that, oh, you're so strong, and, you know, hang in there. You know, sometimes people need to hear that. And then sometimes we can say, I'm sorry you're going through this. Because sometimes we are sorry that people have to go through things sometimes too early, or it just seemed like it's too early. Because, you know, we want people to live at least up in the 70s and the 80s. We do, you know, 70. But sometimes they may leave here earlier than that. And that's hard. Especially when there's a parent burying a child. That's hard. Very hard. And as I said earlier, please accept my sincere condolences. Yes. And there are some other things that we can say when people have heart-rending situations. You know, a divorce sometimes can be heart-rending. But we're not going to go into that today because I think I'm almost out of time. I didn't realize that the time had gotten away. But thank you so much for tuning in today. And we're going to go over some more of these things. Lord's willing, next week, OT will be here, hopefully. OT, I hope you're listening and you'll be here. And that will give me the opportunity to bounce some things off on you, and you bounce some things off on me. And, you know, we can share. And they don't just have to hear my voice. But anyway, I appreciate those who have tuned in today. And thank you so much for tuning in. And this is the Sweet Lady and OT Gospel Show. And I don't know if there's a request. I know the last time we had a request for the last song. I'm going to just remember, dear ones, remember. And this is part of self-care too. Whether therefore ye eat or drink or whatsoever you do, do it all to the glory of God. That's self-care. That's part of it. That's part of that spiritual care. You have to care for yourself no matter what, whether you eating or drinking or whatsoever you're doing. You want God to be glorified. And that's part of your self-care. So, dear ones, take care of yourselves. be mindful of those things that you say and those things that that are said to you. You want to know how to receive them, what to receive and what to let go. Because sometimes we can hello JJ, little JJ. Sometimes we can take things kind of like the wrong way, and because I know I have been told about my tone, and sometimes I go back and listen to the show and I say, oh my goodness, that sounded so terrible. But I don't mean any harm. I don't. Anything that I say, I'm trying my best to say it in a way that it can be received in a spirit in which is given, and that is in a spirit of trying to be a help, trying to help. That's all I'm trying to do, is trying to help. And I do appreciate those who have tuned in. Hello. Okay, I do have a request here. And dear ones, remember, next Saturday, Lord's willing, 4:00, right here on Smash Bros Radio. Tune in to the Sweet Lady and OT Gospel Show. And thank you again for tuning in today. And hopefully you will put those things that we have discussed into practice. You will put them into practice. Let's see. I'm trying to find that song for you. I may have to play something else. Let's see. But anyway, thank you again for listening today, and just appreciate those who tune in and give us feedback. It helps us a lot. You think it doesn't, but it does. It helps us. It helps us a lot, and I appreciate it, because I know you can spend your time doing something else, but instead you tune in to the Sweet Lady and OT Gospel Show, and thank you for that. And you all have a great rest of the day, rest of the weekend. Don't forget to give the Lord some praise and glory and honor, because he's worthy. See you all next Saturday, Lord's willing, right here on Smash Bros Radio.
I'm closing chapters, I'm turning pages, glory to glory, and from faith to faith, I'm moving on, I'm moving on, I'm moving on. I'm getting older, so I'll keep it straight. It hurts to let go, but it hurts more to stay. I'm moving on, I'm moving on, hey, I'm moving on, hey, 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 hey. I know my rear view can't compare to what God will do with my life. And I am forgetting what's behind me. I have finally decided I'll be moving on. I'm moving on. I'm moving on.
My mother told me, she told me well,
Forget your failures and forgive yourself. I'm moving on.
I'm moving on. I'm moving on.
Hey,
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 hey.
I know my
review can't compare to what God will do with my life. And I am forgetting what's behind me. I
Jesus in this body. Never would have loved this body. I pride myself on bringing light to your parties. Holy Ghost, you rectify the mind, I'm naughty. Without you, it's powder, I'm a dry land. Without your power, I'm a nightmare. Nothing but trouble saying bye, man. Can't have two minds on a diamond. My brother called me, I could call me. Told me we moving, I'm in God's hands. Yeah. Told me we moving, I'm in God's hands. Bring my moving truck in.
Gotta go.
Told me we moving, I'm in God's hands. Told me we moving, I'm in God's hands. Told me we moving, I'm in God's hands.